Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu attends 19th Executive Legislative Parley, outlines 4 gains his successor will inherit. Governor Sanwo-Olu hosts 159th Joint Revenue Board meeting, and CALSO boosts Lagos orphanages with 60 million Naira support. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, says his administration has started drafting a comprehensive legacy and transition bill that would legislate key policy frameworks of his government and those of the previous administrations into permanent institutional structures that would guide succeeding governments on governance. Governor Sanwo-Olu made this comment at the ongoing 19th Executive Legislative Parley at the Eko Hotel and Suites. Here's how it went.
The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Kadri Hamzat, members of the State House of Assembly, lawmakers at the House of Representatives, cabinet members of the State Executive Council, as well as members of the Governor's Advisory Council, converge on Eko Hotel and Suites for the 19th Executive and Legislative Parley, an annual event that highlights the deliverables of the current administration. The Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement in charge of the program reel out some of the achievements under the Sanwo-Olu-Hamzat leadership.
Since the last year Parley, the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement has recorded significant achievement. The EcoCare Financial Assistance Program has remained a cornerstone of our social intervention efforts, providing financial support to vulnerable residents in areas such as education, healthcare, small-scale enterprise. Thousands of beneficiaries have been reached, reflecting the program scale and impact.
Lawmakers and other speakers touched on coordination between the 3 arms of government and the upcoming 2027 general election, urging party members to ensure victory for the All Progressives Congress.
It is essential that our actions, decisions, and frameworks are harmonized so that the Assembly and the Executive are not working or seen to be working at cross purposes or what you can call different directions. A situation where the House takes a decision or makes a pronouncement only for the Executive to take a different direction. Policy unification is critical to avoiding duplication, reducing inefficiencies, and ensuring that the government speaks with one voice in delivering development. Therefore, there should be better communication, liaison, cooperation, and consultations with the Assembly, which houses the representative of the entire people of Lagos State.
Power becomes meaningful when shared. And that's why we have the 3 arms of government. No arm of government should be trusted with absolute power, because power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. That is why power has to be shared among the 3 arms of government. This separation of powers is to protect government and prevent tyranny. The 3 arms of government, they are coordinates. When you talk of coordinates, that is equal in rank or order. But let me say very clearly, without any fear of equivocation, that separation of powers must never become separation of purpose.
Fellow Lagosians, the race for the coming election is hotting up, and we cannot afford to fail, or disappoint our Baba again. Therefore, we must all stand up in solidarity to defend our party. On our own part, we shall provide a level playing ground for all aspirants to prove their mettle. But let's all work together to have a peaceful contest in the interests of our party.
Chairman of the Governor's Advisory Council draws the attention of the government to delivery of quality service to the people.
Today in our country, the legislature, the executive look like a depot of job seekers. And so therefore everybody wants to be there. And so it is necessary for the legislature and the executive and for all of us to begin to look at whether is it not necessary to begin to determine now, because of our position in respect of our advancement, the period that people will serve in the legislature.
Governor Sanwo-Olu says he is determined to do more for the people of Lagos as he winds down his tenure.
In our final year, we must do more than just to review. We also want to put on the table, working with the House, a comprehensive legacy and transition bill that will legislate and help keep key policy framework into permanent institutional structure, so that the next administration will inherit not just projects, but they will inherit functional systems. Thirdly, we're hoping that we will convey a citizens' assembly on equal participation. The assembly, we hope, will bring together women, youth organizations, persons with disability, and underrepresented communities to produce a concrete roadmap for inclusivity. Fourthly, we will also push to ensure that we'll publish a full, publicly accessible State of Lagos report by the fourth quarter of this year. It will be an honest, data-driven account of where we have started, what we have achieved, and what remains. And we believe Lagosians deserve to know. You all have to have access to information and access to see what we have done in the last 7 plus years at that time. And so to our partners, all of you in this room, from the Lagos State House of Assembly, to our members in the National Assembly, to our leaders and to our political fathers, we want to thank you for your continued engagement over these final months with the same energy and commitment that you have shown throughout. We must ensure that the oversight that we have is complete. The budget we have enacted, that will see it to the end. That they are not just routine items, that they are final chapters of a shared story that Lagos will judge all of us by the records that we keep.
30 resolutions was reached at the Parley. Participants at the forum resolved that the executive, legislature, and judiciary must strengthen their working relationship through sustained collaboration, coordination, communication, and consensus building to ensure efficient governance.
The objectives of the Parley were, one, to promote effective collaboration between the executive, legislative, and judicial arms. 2, encourage inclusive and equal participation in governance. 3, strengthen policy alignment for efficient service delivery. And finally, 4, to address challenges affecting governance and implementation of policies in the state. In conclusion, the Parley resolved that governance is a teamwork and that all parties involved must embrace effective communication, clear accountability, cooperation, and sustained political will if the desired result of a greater Lagos Rising Plus is to be achieved.
This is the last executive legislative parley for the current administration. All executives on board are willing to deliver on the Themes Plus agenda and ensure governance is felt across the 5 divisions of the state.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who hosted the Joint Revenue Board meeting at the Lagos House in Marina, charged his colleagues in other states to empower and provide a clear space to work for chairman of the State Internal Revenue Service to improve internally generated revenue for development and growth across the country.
Chairman of the 36 Internal Revenue Services and the Federal Capital Territory arrived at Lagos House Marina for the 159th Joint Revenue Board meeting to deliberate on how to generate more economic growth for the state and the country at large. The host, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy make their way into the hall to join the conversation by ensuring that all states comply with the federal government policy on tax payment.
LIRS, Dr. Ayo Zubara.
The chairman of the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service says the Joint Revenue Board plays a vital role in strengthening Nigeria's tax administration.
After a 5-year interval, the Lagos State is once again honored to host this important gathering. This reflects the state's leadership as Nigeria's economic nerve center and its strategic role in national tax administration. Hosting the meeting provides an opportunity to deepen intergovernmental collaboration, strengthen policy alignment, and promote knowledge sharing among revenue authorities. It also enables Lagos State to showcase landmark projects funded by taxpayers' resources, particularly under the visionary leadership of Mr. Governor. This includes the Blue Line Rail project, which we all visited yesterday, and it was indeed a turning point for most members of the Joint Revenue Board. Many of them have vowed to go and replicate similar infrastructural projects. So these other critical transport and infrastructure developments have significantly improved mostly the ease of doing business and overall economic activity within the state. These strides not only demonstrate the direct impact of prudent revenue utilization, but also positions Lagos as a model for linking tax administration to tangible development outcomes, while contributing meaningfully to national tax policy discussions aimed at enhancing fiscal sustainability, ease of compliance, and revenue performance.
On the part of the Joint Revenue Board, advancing subnational tax administration through harmonization is both relevant and timely.
Lagos recorded over 1.7 trillion in Nigeria last year, representing a 39% increase compared to the 1.2 trillion generated in 2024. The board is highly encouraged by this performance, particularly as these revenues are being effectively deployed to improve the welfare of citizens through critical infrastructure and social investments. Notably, we commend your dynamic leadership for several impactful projects, including the recently commissioned Ojota-Okpebi 5.04 kilometer link bridge, designed to ease traffic congestion across key commercial corridors, such as Okpebi, Allen, Maryland, and Ojota. I think the governor deserves a round of applause for this. In the area of food security, the mid-level food agro-hub in Abidjan, situated along Lekki Expressway, stands as a significant milestone. The facility features modern storage systems and expansive trading spaces to support agricultural value chains. I think the government deserves another round of applause.
Governor Sanwo-Olu says Lagos IGR now finances over 60% of the state budget. He expresses administration's readiness to undertake mutual beneficial initiatives between the Joint Revenue Board and the Lagos State that will strengthen tax from the board.
But for us, it's really about our citizens. It's about the people that has given us the trust to believe in us, for them to pay these taxes as and when due. And for us as a government, my deputy and I are consistently committed to ensure that we will leave this place a lot better than we've met it. You've gone on the red line or the blue line. The blue line is even just half of the size of the red line. The train you entered yesterday, the red line that we're bringing is twice that size in terms of even the size, of the infrastructure. And we're building and ensuring that Lagos can have what we call a multimodal transportation system that is using rail, that is using the waterways that you see all around the body of Lagos, and is using also mass urban transportation. And we're pushing all of this together to ensure that people can move freely and easily from one part to the other. One place that we were excited about, which you probably will not have visited, is our food logistics hub. Your states, especially from the north central and the northeast, are the ones that supply the food basket of the country. But because of how strategic we know food security is for a big city like ourselves, we're building the largest food logistics hub in the whole of Africa. We're building it here in Lagos that will ensure that we can take care of food security in Lagos. It's going to be the largest storage facility of cold, dry, and we're building around them middle-level markets. The one the Executive Secretary just mentioned, which is in Abidjan, which will commission. We're building about 7 of them concurrently, which will be able to feed in, into the large logistics hub. We're building the biggest pediatric hospital, the biggest specialist hospital, the biggest, mental health hospital in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. We're not just leaving it to our state alone, our country. We're looking at what people have done and we're raising the bar. We believe that our Mercy Children Hospital will be the biggest, which will complete. Our Ojo Multi-Specialist Hospital will be the biggest. Our mental health, rehabilitation hospital, because mental health is also real, will be the biggest. These are some of the things that we're doing. We're not just doing it in health, we're also doing it in education. They mentioned the schools that we just commissioned in Tolu. Beyond that, even in tertiary level, we've added 2 state universities to the one that we met 6 years ago. So the state also has 3 state universities just to be able to meet up. And our state university, which is LASU, is the most preferred, is the most sought after, is the biggest university in the country today with over 75,000 students. So we're not just leaving our chances to collect revenue, is to say that we're doing it and we're doing it, hopefully, believing that Lagos deserves, the very best.
Internal Revenue Services across the 36 states say they are willing to collaborate, share data, and fully align with the new national framework to strengthen the Joint Revenue Board for the interest of all Nigerians.
Lagosians, it is no news that the present administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu delivered projects in different sectors of the economy through the themes agenda. With this success in mind, the second term of the present administration has included social inclusion, gender equality, and the affairs of youths in its agenda. Now, we have the Themes Plus agenda. With this, no one is left behind on account of their social status, gender, or age. Lagosians, be prepared for another 4 years of a total revamp in all sectors. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe ni o.
And finally on the program, the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, CALSO, under the chairmanship of the wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has donated household and essential items worth 60 million naira to 11 orphanage homes across the state. Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu said the initiative reflects the compassion, unity, and the collective responsibility to care for the less privileged, and reaffirms CALSO's commitments to supporting vulnerable children and underserved communities in Lagos State.
Oh boy, are you surprised? We have
Representatives of 11 orphanage homes in Lagos joined the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials at the banquet hall of the First Lady's Office, Alausa Ikeja, to receive relief materials and support fund from CALSO, led by the wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, to support their services.
Despite the fact that we have the Ministry of Education.
Mrs. Sanwo-Olu said since the inception of the program in 2020, over 70 orphanage homes have been visited and supported through the provision of essential items and financial assistance running into several millions of naira.
As council, we have embraced the responsibility of being a voice for the voiceless, a pillar of support for the underserved, and a bridge of hope for those who might otherwise be forgotten. You are aware that we do have our social welfare department in the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, but like any other profession, there is shortage everywhere. So you have the Jakwa syndrome, but we're trying to change that to the Jakwada syndrome. Our mission goes beyond charity. It is about restoring dignity, nurturing potentials, creating opportunities, whistleblowing. My members of the committee have been involved in 1 or 2 cases where we had to report cases to the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, especially when we go visiting and we notice something fishy in that place. We also report back to the ministry and they take action. Since the commencement of this initiative in 2000, we have remained intentional and consistent in our outreach. I'm proud to share that over 70 orphanages across Lagos have been visited, impacted, and supported through provision of essential items and financial assistance amounting to several millions of naira. What is particularly encouraging is that this initiative has continued to grow in scope and impact year after year. From a humble beginning of 5.5 million, that was what we budgeted then, to just touch the different orphanages. That was in 2020 when I came in. We have witnessed a steady and deliberate increase in the scale of intervention. By the grace of God and through collective commitment, we are presenting items worth 60 million to 11 carefully selected orphanage homes across the state. Just to buttress on that point again, in 2020 we spent 5.5 million. 2021 we spent 10 million. 2022, 13 million. 2023, 23.5. 2024, 31.5. 2025, 42 million. And 2026, 60 million. In total, we have spent a total of 162 million plus on orphanages through the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials. This remarkable growth is a testament to what can be achieved when compassion is matched with commitment and when good intentions are backed by deliberate action.
The lucky beneficiaries from the 5 Ibile divisions of the state, carefully selected by a 33-member committee of council, are grateful for the support rendered to the orphanage homes.
We are grateful for this benevolence. Throughout the process, it was a transparent process. We never knew they were coming. There was no selection. It was a random visit, and we were glad that they were impressed with what they saw. We feel seen, we feel acknowledged, and we commend the effort of all the officials involved in this process.
We are so grateful to be here today. We are the recipients of a really generous gift by the First Lady and the council team, and we are more than happy.
They've done a lot. I mean, this time around, they gave us a solar panel inverter to power the whole house. Then our kitchen is being refurbished for us. Then some of our rooms have been taken care of. Some ceilings that are broken, they did it so very well for.
Items to be distributed are also reeled out.
The items to be presented today, including smart televisions, deep freezers, standing fans, mattresses and pillows, 5 kVA inverters, big canopies, food items, beverages, toiletries, soaps, among others, have been carefully selected based on needs assessment. There's also some infrastructures that are taking place in the various divisions. Unfortunately, we can't display that one here, and those ones should have been shown on the LED. These are not arbitrary donations. They are targeted interventions designed to address specific gaps and improve the living conditions within these homes. I have no doubt that these items will significantly enhance the welfare of the residents, support caregivers in their daily responsibilities, and create a more conducive environment for growth, learning, and development. At this point, I wish to especially commend and appreciate the 33-member committee for their dedication, resilience, and attention to detail in executing this demanding assignment. Your efforts have ensured the credibility and success of this initiative.
While presenting the items to the caregivers and management of orphanage homes, one of them goes down memory lane, highlighting how council has assisted them in meeting the needs of the children.
33 years I've been working in Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, helping majorly the substance abusers. And we know that in Lagos State, we have a lot to do with this. I want to say a very big thank you to the council team, giving us, you called it a relief item, but it is not. It's a needed item that if we go back to that home, we'll be able to do much that is needed of us. And I want to thank every one of us who have come here to grace this very occasion. God will continue to bless you. I want to thank the team for their resilience, for their support, for all that they have been giving. Just look around. You can see, I heard Her Excellency saying, this is very, very good. Please can we give a round of applause once again? And I know that by the special grace of God, it will continue to grow. The Lord will bless your pocket. The Lord will bless Lagos State. And by the grace of God, all those things that we needed in Lagos State to grow, the Lord will provide for us in Jesus' name.
These items are tailored towards addressing specific gaps and improve living conditions, operational efficiency, and well-being of residents in the orphanages.
The check of 1.6 million naira for school support for Destiny or Trust Fund in Ibejuleke.
Council also calls on concerned citizens to collaborate in creating a more inclusive society where every child is valued and given the opportunity to thrive.
So, this is where we call it a day on this week's edition of the program, Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Remember, obey all state laws, be the best you can, and all you do. But most importantly, please live a healthy life. Till next time, it's bye for now.